thank you so much for tuning into this video today. It's been a while since I've been live with you guys. Um, so as you can tell from the topic of the video, we're going to talk about how to attract your spiritual tribe and some of the biggest red flags that you can face when you are on your journey to attracting a spiritual tribe or a spiritual group, or a spiritual family that you want to consider yourself a part of, people that you feel like are going to be kin to you, people who you can trust. And I think it's very important for me to make this video because in today's society, what we can notice a lot happening right now is that spirituality seems to be a lot more of a trend than an actual day-to-day practice where people are actually practicing spirituality. This is actually something that they are doing on their day-to-day life. They have the principles set. They really are devotees of spirituality. You can tell from their morals, you can tell from their principles, you can tell from their actions, you can tell from the way of life that they're living. But we have a lot of people who are just trying to capitalize off of spirituality, or making clothing that are, clothing brands that are looking spiritual in a sense, but charging $300 just for a top, or $500 just for a dress that has the aesthetic look of what you would consider spiritual or minimalistic. So that's why this topic is so important. But before we begin, I just want to take some time to just kind of hold the space. All right, so back to the video. Starseed family, I don't want my battery to cut off on you guys, so I'm gonna get straight into it. I do have some notes here. I had a personal experience myself. I hope you guys can hear me because it's quite windy, so let me know in the chat if you can hear me. But I had quite an experience myself with this incident, which drove me to make this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on how you can attract your spiritual tribe and what are some of the biggest red flags to avoid. Okay. So let's first talk about what does it mean to attract a spiritual tribe. So a spiritual tribe is going to be we're going to have to get closer. My God, it got windy. So a spiritual tribe is going to be people that you can lean on to that have the same spiritual principles as you. These are people who have, spiritual practices that you can feel like is kin to you. These are people that you can go to seek counsel with. These are people that you should feel comfortable seeking healing from. People you should feel comfortable talking to about some of your worries. These are just people that you should feel are reliable. And more importantly, you should have a connection of doing spiritual practices or raising each other's vibrations and staying true to your spirituality with this tribe. Whether that's you guys doing activities together, whether that's you guys supporting one another emotionally, supporting one another with finances and energy. But either way, that is going to be your spiritual tribe. It is meant to be a family. And when I say the word attracting spiritual tribe, I'm really talking about seeking from within. Because when we're attracting something, we're really seeking from within. And if we're seeking from within, then whatever is happening within ourselves is what's going to pop up on the external. So if you're seeking a spiritual tribe and you get something that you're not really pleased with, then that means that there's more work that needs to be done on an internal level with yourself. There may be more things that you need to learn. There may be more lessons that you need to come through, or it may just not be divine timing for you yet to go ahead and be a part of a group like this for reasons that you may not need to know. Like, honestly, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, be careful what you wish for. Remember when they say be careful what you wish for? It's true, because sometimes what you wish for, you're wishing for something that you think you want or you think you need, but in reality, you don't really need it. It's just something you want. And you might end up learning the hard way that you don't need it, right? So just remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. Okay, that's the star that has the two triangles. As above, so below, as within, so without. So whatever is happening internally with you, when you go to seek, when you feel like a desire to pull something into your life, it's going to come in based off of what you are seeking, the emotions attached with what you're seeking, the healing that needs to take place with what you're seeking. So it may not always be blossoms and butterflies, and it may not be meant for you in that moment. So that's the first thing to know. If you've been trying to be a part of a spiritual group, or even find just one friend circle where you both are harmonious together with spirituality, and you can bounce off of each other, and you can just really just talk to them about all this spiritual stuff, and you're finding a hard time to do it, it's probably just because it's not time yet. And when the time comes, if it's destined for you, then it will happen. So let's go ahead and talk about the red flags, you guys. The first red flag when it comes to finding your spiritual tribe and knowing if it's toxic or not is going to be money. Money is very, very, very a sure indicator that the priorities of the spiritual tribe is messed up. So it's funny, because when we talk about money in today's society, when it comes to spirituality, a lot of people are, might try to be argumentative, or might try to be disagreeable and go off the deep end and say, well, you can be both spiritual and financially successful. You can be spiritual and you can also worry about money. But there is a really fine line, a very fine line between spirituality and money. So if you're finding yourself looking for a spiritual tribe and the focus is on money so hard that they tend to be a little bit greedy, that it seems like all they talk about is money, all they worry about is money, the main priority is money, to the point where they're cutting corners, to the point where you may see them like taking advantage of their clients, taking advantage of people, then that's where it's not healthy anymore. So money can definitely be the root of a lot of evilness, the root of a lot of greed, because you're overindulging inside of something that you think you need as a luxury, quick fix that money can buy, but you're not actually healing, which goes completely against spirituality, which is being able to heal, being able to grow and evolve and advance without materialistic things. So, yes, you can both be spiritually advanced and have prosperity on a financial level, but there is a very fine line. So, money is going to be your first red flag when it comes to finding a spiritual tribe. If they have a certain level of toxicity within them that you do not want to be a part of, you got to see how much are they valuing money. How much are they valuing money? Is it all they talk about? Is it all they want from you? Right? Are they just constantly asking for you to give your resources? It's one thing if you want to, donate your time and donate your finances to a spiritual thing. But it's another thing if you see that they are just taking advantage of you. So that's going to be the first thing. It's going to be money. Money actually has no place with spirituality. It really doesn't. And this goes back to what is it that you're seeking and what is your spiritual values. Because if you think you're spiritual and you're looking for a spiritual tribe, but you're ending up, you really on the internal level are really just looking for money and looking for a big level of financial success, then you're probably going to attract that, right? So if that's what you're looking for, good. But if you're like me and you're like a lot of other people and you're looking for spiritual tribes that go beyond money and monetary gain and are more inner working and high vibrational and less greedy, then money is not going to be the forefront of that spiritual tribe's value. The second thing we're going to see as a big red flag, you guys, is going to be insecurity and jealousy. Let me take a moment to welcome everybody into the channel again. If you guys are here, make sure that you hit the like button to help the channel grow and to help this video get out there to anyone who needs to see it. But yeah, insecurity and jealousy is a very bad evilness, okay? If you just came into this spiritual tribe and you're seeing that people are like envious of your gifts, envious of your looks, envious of what it is that you have to offer, if you hear that they're giving like, backhanded compliments, if you see somebody say, oh, I want your eyes, or oh my God, your skin is so beautiful, but that's the only thing that they can say when they see you is your external beauty, and they're not looking past it, or they're only talking about the things that you have, it's possible that they're jealous of you. And I'm saying this from experience. I've literally had people say they want my eyes, and it's a bit scary. It's like they want to eat you or something. So you might want to run out the door. If you hear people, if you try to join a spiritual community or retreat, or you try to join a network of spiritual people, and you see that there's a lot of jealousy going around, there's a lot of envy going around, that means that they haven't done the work within themselves. So if that is not the level of spiritual, vibration that you want to consider yourself a tribe with these people, you're connecting yourself with these people, your identity with them, you're attaching yourself with them as your tribe. If you don't want people who are, jealous and envious around you, then you shouldn't be wanting to be inside of this tribe. Jealousy and envy is going to be another one that is just really bad. And the reason why I bring these points up is because it's very prevalent. There's a lot of this going around inside of spirituality. Oh, this person has more money, this person looks better, this person's eyes is sparkling more, this person's Reiki touches more people. If everybody inside the network or this spiritual tribe is trying to one up each other, then that's not a place for you. you have to put your value a little bit higher than that. The third red flag is going to be low vibrational energy. Low vibrational energy. And when I say this, I don't just only mean the people. I mean the environment and the space as well. Let's say you're going into a spiritual retreat. Now, if this is just somewhere that you just go to buy your your tarot cards or your oracle deck really quick, or your candles, or you go there real quick just to buy some oils or something, you might be like, okay, that's not that bad. It's up to you. But if this is somewhere where you're going to go seek healing from, if this is somewhere where you're going to buy herbs, this is somewhere where you're going to say you're going to let these people put their hands on you to do Reiki, you're going to let these people play music for you, you're going to let these people you're going to open your aura field to being receptive to these people's energy. You really want to take notes and pay attention to how is the energy inside of the room. I had a personal experience myself where we were setting up, and I'm not a part of this tribe, I don't identify as them or anything, but they were setting up, and she walked by and she was like, the energy is so good in here. And there was incense, there was no windows, there was nothing, and overall I knew and I felt that the energy was just really heavy. And I'm just like, what is going on? What do you mean the energy is light in here? So red flags like that, it should feel like they just saged the place. It should feel like lightweight energy. It shouldn't. If you see a bunch of dark figures running around, if you see a bunch of entities, heavy entities, you feel it. If you can feel entities and you feel heavy entities running around, and you feel dark things running around, and no one's claiming that as their spiritual guide or anything, yeah, that's not a place you want to be involved with, because that means that they're doing things that are opening up space for lower vibrational entities to enter that space. So you want to check the actual vibrational energy of the room, of the shop, of the energy of the people. And one of the ways that you can do that is going to be by listening to your own gut instinct, listening to your own gut instinct, listening to your own body, listening to if you're feeling eerie, if you're feeling uncomfortable. That's your own intuition telling you that that is not mending with you, that is not for you. If you have to try to fit in, it's not for you. If you have to try to fit in, it's not for you. If you feel like you have to lower yourself in order to fit in, then it is not for you. And I promise you, you will find a spiritual tribe or friend or circle or network where you do not have to do that. Okay, because that's just going to take your energy away, and that's going to make you lost on your journey. And that's going to be extra baggage for you to go ahead and cleanse all that off of you. So that's going to be number 3 is low vibrational energy. Number 4 is going to be morals. What kind of morals do these people have? Do you see them cheating people? Do you see the spiritual tribe cheating people, running their prices up? Are they saying weird things behind closed doors? What kind of morals do they have? Ask yourself. Take note. What are they doing? Right? Do they go out clubbing all night? Are those some of the things that they do? And is that fitting for what you consider you want to call yourself your spiritual tribe? What type of morals do they have? Do they cuss people out? Are they rude to people? Or are you like this person behind me that's cussing for no reason? Some little kids about to fight right now. It'll be fine. So, you know, or do they have patience? Do you notice qualities about this spiritual tribe, especially if it's the owner or something, where, oh, somebody came and they cussed them out and they handled the situation well? If you're like, wow, this person handles themselves well. Wow, these people handle themselves well. Wow, these people are so patient. Or wow, these people really know how to protect themselves. Or wow, these people really know how to cleanse in a way that I haven't seen. What kind of morals do they have? What type of morals do they have? And do those morals fit your morals? Do you see yourself being inspired by them? Do you see yourself saying, wow, like they teaching me something? Or do you feel like you're the smartest in the room? You know, and that's not coming from an ego-based place, like thinking that you're extra cocky. Like that's coming from like, really, do you feel like people are talking about like really low vibrational things while you're over here able to talk about things on a higher level? Because you can't be the smartest in the room. You can't. So you got to check, what are the morals that these people have? Do they stay up until 4 a.m.? Do they take care of their body? Do they beat on their kids? Do they talk bad to their grandmama? Do they have, like, just random examples I'm giving, right, case by case? But what type of morals do these people have, and do those morals fit you already, or are you having to lower your value in order to fit in? So that's going to be number 4 is morals. Now we're getting to the heavy stuff. 5, addictions. Big red flag. And all of these examples are coming from a personal experience that I had myself, where it ticked all of these things. So I wrote them down. Addictions. Upon first meeting these people, do you notice some habits like alcoholism? Do you notice them saying things like trying to check you to make sure you're okay with it? Things like, oh, you okay with people to drink, right? You not one of them people that don't drink, are you? Do you notice them saying, oh, you okay with a little bit of, you know, you not uppity up, are you? Do you notice them always trying to devalue you, or trying to mold you into basically accepting something that they know themselves is toxic? It could be, and I'm not promoting drugs or anything, so, disclaimer for YouTube and all that, but it could be overly sexualizing things. They could be addicted to alcohol. They could be addicted to substances. They could even be addicted to certain foods. And when I say this, I'm not saying that they have to be a breatharian floating on the clouds. What I'm saying is, it's just more so that, like, if it's one of them situations, everybody got that auntie or that uncle that has been diagnosed with something, and the doctor telling them, hey, you got to be careful, right? And you already know the herbs they need to take. You already know the diet, the fruits they need to eat, or the vegetables they need to eat, or the things that they need to do in order to heal themselves, but they're not listening to anybody. That is an addiction. That is an addiction. They're addicted to being unwell. They're addicted to eating sugar, knowing that they got diabetes. You know what I'm saying? They're still drinking and knowing that they got diabetes. They're still eating fried foods, knowing that they got high blood pressure. That is also addictions. So if you notice that these people are having addictions, that means that they haven't done the work within themselves, and you do not need to associate yourself with that as a spiritual tribe. The addictions can be anything. They could be food. They could be addicted to calling out a certain race of people and demising them. They could be addicted to money. They could be addicted to a lot of things, right? So addictions is just an absolute no. 6 is very important, because the sixth red flag here is going to be reciprocity. English is not my first language. It's not. Reciprocity. So, we all have these things that we like to donate to. Some of us do food drives. Some of us, for me, I like to feed cats on the street because I love cats, and I'm in a state right now, like in a state of being where I can't really own a cat with my living situation, but I love to feed cats. And I also love to donate to the Buddhist temples, because there seems to be Buddhist temples all around me a lot. And I feel really drawn to them because it's a sacred place. So there's one thing to donate your resources, donate your time, but do you feel yourself donating to the spiritual tribe, donating to the spiritual network, community, or retreat, and they just keep asking you to show up? They just keep asking you to overwork. They just keep asking you to, hey, we need you to do this. We need you to do that. Hey, we need you to attend this. But it's not feeling like it's fulfilling your soul. Are you filling your cup and watering the seed? And is it fulfilling your soul? Or does it feel like it's taking away from you? And do they ever give back? Or is it just feel like you're being taken advantage of? So reciprocity is very important, because are you giving and giving and giving and giving? I hate feeling like I'm yelling, but it's so windy. Are you giving and giving and giving your energy towards these people, and they're just not even like, it's not enough, they're never satisfied, and they're just using you like slave work? It might be a cult. It might be a cult. It might be a cult. And you don't want anything to do with that, because you've already done the work. You've already come this far. The last thing you want to do is have an extra baggage on you to have to go and heal through that experience as well. Right? So definitely value yourself high. Make sure you know your spiritual standards before you attach yourself and open your aura field and open your heart to these people, because you could also even become sick. All of a sudden once you open your aura field towards people who are low vibrational and accept them as family and things of that nature and tribe, what can end up happening is you can end up start to get sick. You can end up start to take on some of their demons, because you're a healer. If you're spiritual and you're doing the work, then you're a healer automatically. And if you're a healer, you're able to admit love, and you're also able to receive. You're also able to really, things stick on you a lot, right? You can see that things will attach themselves to you a lot, whether they be entities and all that stuff. And if you're an empath as well. So you want to really be careful about what you're giving your energy out to, and making sure that it is fulfilling your soul, right? There's a quote, and I forget, like, I think it's like a quote that's been said that no one knows who said it, but I read it somewhere, and it said, when you feed a stray cat, it's like feeding your own soul. That's how it should feel like. Whenever you give to the spiritual community or the spiritual organization, you should feel fulfilled. Not from a place of, oh yeah, they gonna give me something back, but just from a place of, it's good. Like, you don't feel like you lowered your energy. You don't feel like you're drained all of a sudden, So that's very important. And we're gonna save the best for last. The 7th, which is the spiritual evolution. 7 is going to be spiritual advancement. So we're gonna end it on 7. The 7th thing is, have they done the work? Have they done the work? Have they done the work? Or do they have impulsive thoughts left to right? Do they have angerment issues? Are they cussing everybody out, in the shop, in the store? Do they have all this intrusive thoughts? Are they like saying all these negative things? Have they not done the shadow work yet? The shadow work never ends. We're all always going to be evolving, always going to be better versions of ourselves than we were yesterday. But how much work have they done? And is that a good representation of who you are on a soul level? Do they still have addictions? Do they still have bad things going on? And I'll say this because it's very important. Just because you have spiritual talent, just because you're intuitive, just because you're psychic, just because you are the best Reiki practitioner in town, just because you make the most healing herbs, and it's just, man, it's just making miracles on people. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're able to recite the Bible backwards doesn't make you a spiritual person. Because those people are still touching people's children. Those people are still running cults. Those people are still money hungry. Have they done the work? Are these people actually meditating? Are these people actually, is there something that you can see in their life that shows you like, wow, they really handled that situation well? Is there something inspirational about them that you're like, wow, they really worked on their anger? Man, this person is probably the most patient person I've ever met. And yet they're still able to really have compassionate boundaries. Wow, that's very inspiring. Have they done the work? So let's go over all the things just one more time. And I promise you guys, this is very important, right? Number one is money. Big red flag. Money should not be a top priority in a spiritual tribe. If it's all they talk about, not good. Number two is insecurities and jealousy. Insecurities and jealousy is only going to lead to somebody hurting you or stabbing you in your back. There's people who get their life taken away from them because of people being jealous. Number three is going to be low vibrational energy. The space that they're in. Does it have a calming presence? Is it inviting? Or do you see dark entities running all up in it and no one's even associating themselves with those dark entities and saying, oh, that's my grandma or that's my spirit guide? You just feel low vibrational energy. Not good. Get out. Because you're worth more. You're better off by yourself than with that spiritual tribe. Number four, morals. What type of morals do they have? Are they getting everybody pregnant in the town? Are they taking care of their kids? Are they a good person? Do they have good heart? From your own moral compass, don't take my examples. What are your own moral compasses that you're like, that's not okay? Number five is addictions. They shouldn't have addictions and be calling themselves a healer, period. Number six is reciprocity. When you give to this place, you should feel fulfilled. You shouldn't feel as though they're taking advantage of you or trying to take your energy. They shouldn't feel like you're a slave or like you're in some part of cult and you're just doing some kind of, work for them where you're not really being valued or appreciated. Now, if you're just popping in to donate, that's one thing. But if you're calling yourself a spiritual tribe with them and they're just using you and using your energy, taking your time that you could be putting towards yourself and self-love and towards your own spiritual tribe that you may be growing for yourself or towards, healing yourself and just other things, then that's not good. And then last but not least, on 7, have they done the work? And I promise you, if you're an empath, when it comes to people who have all of these as a red flag, you will see it in their eyes. And you will see that they have addiction issues. You will see that they are not honest. You can see honesty in people's eyes. You can see addiction in people's eyes. You can see low vibrational energy in people's eyes. You can see jealousy in people's eyes. So trust your heart, trust your soul. And I hope that this was able to help you guys really avoid wasting your time, your energy, your resources, and most of all, your self-value and your self-worth, right? You want to make sure that you keep your self-worth, your self-value, and you want to make sure that you're not taking on more baggage, because it's already challenging enough to be on the spiritual tribe, especially if you're inside of a Western civilization. It's already isolating enough. It's already, very solo dolo sometimes. The last thing you want to do is attach yourself to people that bring you down and people that waste your time and lower your vibrational energy. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Thank you guys so much for attending. And I really want to say thank you, Star Seeds, for valuing the information I give you and for trusting me to even give you guys advice and counsel and guidance. It means the world to me. And I love you guys so much. Spreading love, peace, and healing to you. And I will see you guys inside of the next video. Until then, bye-bye. See, how do we turn this off?